Alright, so this is a video that I really wanted to make. Um, but with everything going on and certain content creators saying some things, we need to have a discussion about what we know about Battlefield 6 so far. This is including the leaks, what I've seen, and what to expect. There's been a lot of people who are saying, "Oh my god, this game is cooked." Oh my god, like people are spreading so much like misinformation, so much just bullshit, and I need to talk some sense into the people who haven't even formed an opinion about this game, because negative stuff like that negatively affects the perspective of a certain game. And I understand why people are like watching, waiting for like Battlefield 6, which by the way is super hype. Having things like, oh my god, Battlefield is already gonna be dead on arrival or whatever the fuck. It is not right. People who do that are just doing it for clicks. Y'all need to understand what's going on. And if you don't know what's going on like with the game, y'all need to do your research, because right now, just because a game is gonna have a battle pass, just because a game is gonna have a battle royale, just because a game is gonna have a single player, doesn't mean they're gonna make it like Call of Duty. Not everything is about Call of Duty or Fortnite. Battlefield has tried competing with those, and it's not even close, dude. Battlefield is gonna do what Battlefield does, and we're gonna go over what we know is gonna be in Battlefield. Right off the rip, immediately we already know there's gonna be a battle royale. That's been common knowledge. We know they're gonna make a single player, and from what I know, based off what I've seen, if I remember correctly, they hired someone from Call of Duty to take charge of the storytelling involving Battlefield, because they want to make a Battlefield universe type of thing. So, story that's gonna be a thing in multiplayer. So I understand a lot of people are worried that with the battle royale being in Battlefield, that they're gonna completely neglect the multiplayer and blah blah blah. That is not gonna be the case. Battlefield, if I know the developers correctly, are gonna have to take care of multiplayer, because multiplayer is a better mode than their battle royales have been. They've tried Firestorm, they've tried an Extraction Royale, and I believe I would like to believe that this is their last attempt at a battle royale, and if it doesn't click, I think that's it for them. That's it for that. They need to not focus on that type of gameplay. They need to stop trying to compete with games. They need to stop trying to make them similar to the games when Battlefield already has something unique to it, you know? That being said, um, as far as the battle royale, based on what we know so far, is that it's gonna be Firestorm. Basically, it's Firestorm 2. Firestorm wasn't a bad thing. The thing is, it didn't have a lot of support going in, any sort of content or whatever story behind that mode in Battlefield 5. It didn't last that long. Support was quickly cut out. It was dead because it wasn't like when you can get people in, it could be fun, but it didn't really stick with a lot of player base, because everyone is getting burnt out from battle royales, and people are getting burnt out from battle royales. What I'm hopeful for with this battle royale in Battlefield 6 is that they learn from the experience. I heard they pulled in a lot of different teams from different companies to work on this, and I hope it's good. I hope they make it unique. I hope they make it a viable competitor to Warzone, because Warzone and Call of Duty are obviously really lacking. I'm not even gonna touch Black Ops 7, and right now, like I've said before, I think I made a couple videos about this. Battlefield is in a prime position to take the top in Call of Duty for like, I'm thinking 3-4 years. We got Black Ops 7 coming out. No one's hyped for that. Black Ops 6 was the biggest fumble I've ever seen in a Call of Duty game. And that's at the launch was so good, man. I was so hype. Everything else after that, it started going downhill. They had a second wind with Warzone when they released Verdansk again, and once again, player numbers dropped. The game is struggling. This fourth season has been just terrible, and the game is not doing good. I don't know how they fumbled a game as big as Black Ops 6, but they managed to do it. And any sort of trust and morale in Call of Duty is super low. As far as why people keep putting their money in that, I have no idea, but that's beside the point. Battlefield's in a prime spot to take the Call of Duty players and make them into Battlefield players. But there's a lot of people who are seeing some things come out reading certain articles, and they're spreading a lot of just unnecessary hate. Like, the game is not even out. Why are people hating? Here's another thing we know, right? There's gonna be at least 55 weapons. Someone data mined, someone leaked all the weapons that are gonna be out. From what I've heard, it's gonna be like 55 weapons, which is a good middle ground from Battlefield 4's weapons, which were like 88, and Battlefield 2042's, which were like what, like 22 or something. It was like really small. It was super annoying. It's gonna be a good chunk of weapons. The graphics looks good from what we've seen. The destruction looks really good. The game multiplayer side, we know it looks just about as good to go, right? We've seen, like I said, we've seen destruction, we've seen gameplay. I've seen rush gameplay, which looks really sick. I've seen a little bit of conquest gameplay. We know there's gonna be a battle pass. We know there's gonna be skins and stuff. I'm pretty sure with the backlash that Call of Duty has had with their skins and their collaborations, that Battlefield isn't gonna go down that route of adding stupid unicorns and all these fucking stupid skins in the game that's gonna ruin the identity of the game. I doubt they're gonna go that route, and they're gonna stick more realistic or more. They're gonna keep their skins more towards the theme of what the current Battlefield is. So like Battlefield 6 is gonna be like near future. It's not gonna be like as far out as 2042, but it's gonna be sort of relatively modern. So you're gonna see a lot of modern skins, modern weapons, stuff like that, you know. And they've never done anything like too crazy. I haven't seen like a crazy skin come out in Battlefield, so I don't know why people are freaking out. A lot of people are just spreading just really bad news for clicks. They're trying to paint the game as if it's already gonna be dead, and the game's not even out yet. People haven't even tried it. It's another thing we know. And based on some articles that I've seen within these past few weeks, we know that people are struggling with single player. Is to be expected because Battlefield isn't really known for the single players. They kind of, I guess they don't know where to take the story. I guess that's what I'm assuming. But I mean, they'll figure it out. As far as Battle Royale, I mean, we have to wait and see with that. Do I think it's gonna be good? It can. If they're really going all in on this and they're putting like a lot of developers like into it, it could be good. It could be something refreshing, because I do like Battlefield's destruction in the Battle Royale. My only hope with the Battle Royale setting in with the Battlefield theme is that the destruction is good and they're more infantry focused and not too vehicle heavy, because you don't want to have like 3 teams running around in tanks with nobody able to take them out with like RPGs and stuff, you know. There needs to be a good balance between vehicle and infantry, and if there is a vehicle that's going to spawn up, there has to be like a challenge behind it. There has to be ways to knock it out, ways to repair it. There has to be a lot of counterplay with it, because having a vehicle like a tank in Battlefield, not Call of Duty tanks, because Call of Duty tanks are booty. There needs to be a good balance between the armor and the power that brings that tanks have, and the infantry, because if you take one infantry person in a battle royale against someone in a tank, you know the infantry person is going to lose. So there needs to be some good balanced counterplay there. And as far as like air goes, if they spawn like an air vehicle, they can go the Call of Duty route and make it unarmed. But if they want to arm helicopters, once again there has to be a fair bit of counterplay on how to knock them down and deal with them without having to stress about helicopters ruining the game. Because Battlefield pilots, whether on jet, helicopter, or even people who drive tanks, very skilled players, they will wreck shop. You don't want that. There needs to be counterplay within multiple teams, and that's what I would expect from the Battle Royale. As far as that goes, just variety in terms of what the ground loot is, and do something interesting. Like if there's going to be contracts, if there's going to be a gunsmith system, make it unique to Battlefield. Don't just copy and paste what others are doing, because you're losing your identity trying to compete with stuff you haven't been succeeding in. Keep the identity of what Battlefield is, and and just add the battle royale to it and stick to it. You know, that's my thoughts on battle royale. I don't think people should be freaking out, panicking that they're only gonna do what Call of Duty did to with Warzone, where they only focus on Warzone and they fucking neglected the multiplayer. I doubt Battlefield's gonna do that. And if they do that, you bet your ass I'm gonna call them out. Multiplayer. Once again, multiplayer's gonna have a lot of guns. The maps look good. The destruction looks good. People are freaking out for nothing. We know there's gonna be conquest. We know there's gonna be rush. We know since Call of Duty players are gonna try it, since Call of Duty is low, there's probably gonna be TDM. And that's pretty much what I would assume is gonna come in that. There's gonna be more modes, obviously. I think there's gonna be a version of Portal mode, or like a better version of Portal mode. But we haven't seen anything about that, so we'll see what's up with that. And Battlefield has learned a lot from the mistake of this game that you're watching here, 2042. The people who made this team, who made this game, and the people who are making Battlefield 6 are completely different people. I think a lot of people who were part of this left, and for a long time, the people who have made Battlefield 2042 like a fun game. And I will say it's fun. Like, yeah, sometimes when I get on, I get really annoyed, but like, it's not as bad as it was when it launched. And being someone who's played this Battlefield in particular for like a long time, it's not horrible how it used to be. It's actually fun. Like I've said it before, this game, without having to focus on like a battle pass, it's fun. You can just focus on the gunplay. You can focus on objectives. You can focus on having your moments. But because so many people look down on this game, people refuse to pick it up and bring it up, and a lot of people are just stuck in the past, which isn't a bad thing. I've been torn on that. I think I've made a couple videos talking about that. Battlefield 6 should give you a lot of hope because the graphics look like a combination of Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4 graphics without the filters and modernized. It looks really good. It looks really clean. The frame rate looks good from what I've seen on the leaks. The gunplay looks really smooth. They're keeping the gunplay from this game, which is not bad. The gunplay in this game is really good. I think in this game it is a little bit long. It's not super long to like kill someone, but like having to take factors like recoil and gun kick and stuff. I know it's like a skill issue on my end, but like the gunplay does feel good in this game. A couple aside from some balancing things, but I think they did an update recently that like kind of tweaked the balancing in this game. But yeah, they're gonna have that going into Battlefield 6, and the gunplay is really good. Really, it is. Like from what I play, like it feels really good. If you start popping off, it's awesome. I just can't aim for shit because I think I don't have aim assist in this game. Some games I keep it on, some games I keep it off. Like in general, I think I took mine off because the aim assist in this game was like strong and it like messes with me. Like when I'm trying to line up a target or whatever, it's just weird. It's hard to explain. But yeah, that's beside the point. Graphic wise, we know it's gonna look good. As far as what to expect at launch, I did hear that a dev is worried about the stability. That is to be expected. I just hope by the time Battlefield 6 releases that they're able to have the servers as smooth as they can. I don't expect to have a perfect game at launch. I expect to have a game that's smooth and mostly finished, so you can just add the content that you want to add post launch, you know. What else are we gonna talk about? Oh yeah, so people are freaking out about like the gun system in this game. Not the gunplay, like the gun, like how everyone has access to like all the weapons. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think people are freaking out. Just because something is from 2042 doesn't mean it's a bad thing. Battlefield 2042 has some really good stuff to it. It's really fun. I say that with a grain of salt because like I don't think the weapon system is a bad idea. Having classes is gonna be good because people are like, I heard the argument for it and are like, oh my god, how are we gonna identify who's what, who's who? My response to that is, dude, they're not running specialists. You have classes. If you can't tell what kind of class you're looking at based on the gear, not including the primary, then you're not really playing Battlefield, dude. An assault player is very different looking from an engineer player. An engineer player is very different looking from a support player, and all three of those things look different from a recon player. It is very easy to tell who's who, and the only thing that's gonna be like changing is you can swap out weapons, whatever you want. If you, let's say you want to run an engineer, typically in Battlefield 4 you run that with an SMG. Sometimes you want to run with an assault rifle. Dude, in Battlefield 4 they had access to carbines, which basically are assault rifles. And universal weapons aren't like a foreign concept. You had in Battlefield 4, and this is a game I played a lot. Universal weapons were DMRs, shotguns, carbines. Carbines are like something in between an SMG and an assault rifle. And me as a recon class, sometimes I would run an assault rifle, so it's not a bad thing. If you really want to stick to the class-based stuff that you're used to, utilize the weapons that have the bonus in them. Right now on this one I'm running, who am I running? I am running Liz. She's an engineer. In this game they're good with LMGs. They have like they have a bonus to them, so I only run LMGs with engineers. Snipers I'll run with snipers. The assault class I run with assault rifles, and the engineer class I'll run with no, the engineer's good with LMGs and supports with SMGs. But if you want to swap it around, you want something different, or you have like you're benefiting to the team, you can swap out whatever you need. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad system. If you want to stick to that class-based thing, it's not a bad thing. It really, like, I liked it too. Don't get me wrong, but this system in particular isn't something to freak out about. It's not gonna ruin the game. People are freaking out for nothing. And all in all, dude, just like in terms of what to expect from the game, don't freak out. Like, have faith in the developers. I know they fucked up, but they also know this game has to be good. They feel stressed about it. I'm pretty sure they're feeling the pressure about it, because if this game fails, safe to say, if Battlefield 6 fails, the franchise is practically dead. Right now, the community is like they're cautiously optimistic because Battlefield 6 looks really good, and the gameplay. If you've seen gameplay of like the leaks, man, it's enough to get you hyped with how good it looks. Like, some people who are hyped about it are like, man, we're so back. Battlefield is back. I wouldn't go that far, but get excited because like the gunplay looks good, the gameplay looks good, the destruction is good. We have to wait and see on single player and story mode, but I mean, multiplayer from what we've seen so far looks really good. In my opinion, I would say, why are you all why are you all working on it more, release it, but I mean, it's too soon to just say that, you know. But yeah, don't fall for the rage bait, dude. Don't fall for those negative comments. They're just gonna they're gonna put these thoughts in your head that's not even true. The game's not even out yet. Like, why are you all trying to hate a game that's not even out? Like, stop trying to ruin what could potentially be a good game with like bad press, because like it's not right. The influence someone has over someone's opinion who doesn't even know what's going on in like the community or hasn't even played the game is a huge deal. So if you have, let's say you're looking at a game, right? Let's say someone is saying something about Black Ops 6, right? I say Black Ops 6 because like I think it's a fun game sometimes. I haven't played it recently. I actually uninstalled it because I wasn't a fan of what they did with like all the bugs with Season 4 Reloaded and all that freaking skin stuff. But the core gameplay is fun. It's good, right? If I tell someone that, they're gonna think like, oh, well, maybe it's not that bad. But then like you go into Black Ops 6, a lot of people are talking bad, like, oh my god, this game is dead, blah blah blah. And it's to someone who's like thinking about it, who's like whose first initial, I guess, insight into what the game is and how it looks is gonna be negative. And like, I'm of the mindset that if you go in with a negative mindset, you're only gonna see what you're looking for. So like, let's say Battlefield 2042, right? I hop on this game, I'm recording gameplay, I'm expecting to have a bad time. I'm not gonna have a good time because I'm only gonna see what's wrong with it. I'm gonna see retard blueberries, not playing the objective, want to see overpowered vehicles, underpowered ways to deal with those vehicles. I'm going to be looking at all the negative things instead of just having fun. Go in with an open mind. Don't let these influences try and get into your head and get these thoughts and fears in your head that Battlefield is going to like all of a sudden be like Call of Duty. It's not going to be like that. Those are two very different games. Call of Duty is more arcadey. Battlefield is more, I don't want to say it's more realistic. It's leaning more on the realistic side. It's still arcadey because you can respawn, but it's more realistic in terms of the immersion and the destruction. And Battlefield knows what the identity is. They tried something new with Battlefield 2042. They failed. They learned. They're going back to their roots, or so I hope. And they, from what I've seen on the leaks, they've learned from their mistakes of this game. And I'm expecting the game to be good. It's gonna be a bit rough at launch. Once again, that's what I'm expecting based off past experiences with Battlefield 4. Battlefield 1 was smooth. Battlefield 5 and all that stuff, how they all had rocky launches. I'm expecting that to be Battlefield 6. I'm just hoping it's not the worst case ever, and I hope they can patch out whatever's wrong with it as fast as they can, because that's what's going to matter. And I hope the content after launch is good. It's engaging. I hope the story they're developing for the Battlefield universe is really good. I'm sucker for lore. I love that. I've always wanted Battlefield to have some sort of theme story to it, so I'm curious to see what's gonna happen with that. And as far as Battle Royale goes, man, if it don't work, stop trying to compete. I think they know that. I think they feel it too. Me as a Battlefield player, Battlefield veteran, who's been playing since Battlefield 3, and you can look at my channel. No, I started uploading Battlefield 4, but I've been playing since Battlefield 3. Yeah, if you look at my channel, lot of old Battlefield videos, I know what I'm talking about. Me as a Battlefield player, I understand that if Battle Royale doesn't work anymore, you need to stop. They need to come up with something new, or just go all in on multiplayer and make that experience your money maker. Battlefield, even multiplayer alone, is unique. It's just in this game, it's just weird, honestly. And yeah, I think I think I've got everything I've got to say out. Some of you are gonna think I'm a shill. I'm not. I'm just tired of seeing people fall for rage bait. I hate people being fed things that are not true. People generating hate. I hate people making content on hating on the game when the game's not even out yet. It's not fair to the player base, and it's not fair to the developers who are working really hard on a game. Once again, I am not like sponsored. I'm not anything to do with Battlefield. I'm just a regular Battlefield player. But yeah, don't fall for the rage bait. Don't let them pollute your mind with negative things. Be open-minded. Understand what you're getting yourself into with Battlefield. Know what to expect. So a lot of you who are watching this video, if you made it this far, you are like, best believe I know you're like a diehard Battlefield fan. Don't let them fall for. Don't let yourself be tricked into believing the game is gonna be bad. Don't fall for that stuff. A lot of people like to clickbait really hard. They like to come up with these titles that get your attention and want to like spark a reaction in you. Don't fall for that. Tampoco don't fall for the people who are just absolute shills for the game. There are some creators that I'm talking about. I think y'all know who I'm talking about. Don't fall for that stuff too. Like, the game is good. It can be good. It'll have its flaws. Be open-minded. Be understanding. Know what you're getting yourself into with Battlefield, and don't fall for the rage bait. With that being said, I'm gonna end this right here. Sorry, I had to like rant about this. I hope you understood what I was trying to say, and I hope y'all have a good day. I am gonna be chilling now, and once again, if you made it this far, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Are you excited for Battlefield 6? And yeah, catch y'all later. Peace.